mind waiting outside? I'd like to speak with the patient alone.
No, he can stay. He's my friend.
All right. Mr. Silva, in most cases, kidney stones are small enough to pass in the urine. Unfortunately, your stone's a little bigger than most. We have a couple of procedures we use depending on where the stone is lodged. Now, in your case, we can do a lithotripsy.
What's that?
It's a new treatment. The patient is put to sleep, then he's placed in a bath. By using very intense sound waves, the stone is exploded into small pieces. But if the stone descends and gets stuck in the ureter, then we'll have to use the surgical procedure.
Surgical procedure?
An operation. We make an incision here, go in, isolate the ureter, and remove the stone. Now, if you pass the stone on your own within the next day or so, we won't have to worry about any of that, but I don't think there's a chance that'll happen. That's our game plan. Any questions?
John, I don't want that holy doctor cutting up my body like some farm animal. I look in his eyes and there's nobody there. You gotta help me. You gotta help me, John.
Pretty. Grateful patient?
Yeah. No. Actually, I don't know. There was no card.
You must have gotten lost. Try calling the florist.
I kind of like the mystery.
Very interesting.
Well, I better be going.
Someone's picking me up. Supposed to be here at 8:30. I make it 8:35. Am I fast or are they late?
I don't know. My watch isn't working.
Are you attached to, what's his name? That resident?
Tony Metzger? No, we're just friends. I'm not attached to anyone.
Good. Keep it that way.
Why?
Residents are overworked, underpaid, and much too tired to have decent social lives.
That's true.
You know, Hawaii agrees with you, Caitlin. You look beautiful. All grown up.
Thanks.
From the heart. Aloha.
Hi. I'm a little late. Sorry, darling. Love you.
Bye, Grandpa.
Hi, Tony.
Hi. Hi, Mrs. C. How you doing?
Well, I could be doing better.
It's good, too.
Oh, Dr. Kulani, when I checked in on Mr. Silva this morning, he wouldn't say a word to me. He seemed to want to see you.
Thanks, Tony.
Sure.
Hi, Leah. How's Matthew doing?
Grandpa seems a little agitated this morning.
That's what I heard. I'll see if I can find out what's going on.
Thanks, Daniel.
Matthew, how you doing?
So why do I need this Dr. Post?
Because he has more experience in treating kidney stones.
Is that why he wants to explode my body with a machine?
Where did you hear that?
He told me.
Just like that?
Worse.
Matthew, listen.
No. Heard enough. Plus, he got eyes like a lizard.
Yeah, well, look, the treatment is perfectly safe. You won't feel a thing.
He wants to cut up my body, Danny.
Matthew, I wouldn't do anything to put you in danger. Now, he is a little brusque, but he's an excellent doctor.
If John was here instead, would you let that howling doctor work on him?
Of course I would. Now, Post may have been a little tactless, but he really knows his business, believe me.
I'm tired. I'm going to sleep.
Right then, Emlyn, your turn now. Who is this well-known person?
It's a fella, I'm certain it's a fella. Cricket, or is it tennis now? It's HP! I've got it now. yes, it's the boxer. It's Mike Tyson, definitely.
There's no mistaking HP's punch.
You want ice?
You got ice.
Mrs. Moore.
Oh, don't you pay any more, Mrs. Moore. Mrs. Moore, please don't pay any more. The goods are waiting here in rows and rows, and the price is low when you're at Rumbado's. So be careful with your dough, take it straight to Rumbado's. Don't pay any more, Mrs. Moore.
Come on and be my little good luck charm.
You don't need luck. You need a Pentax.
The H. Samuel 25% off promotion was so successful and demand so great that some people missed out. So they're running it again. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, there's an extra 25% off marked prices. Again, 25%. Who says there's no Santa Claus? An extra 25% off this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at H. Samuel.
Free with the Sunday Mirror this week. Your complete 14-day Christmas and New Year TV guide. All the programs on all the channels. BBC One, BBC Two, ITV, Channel 4 and Satellite. 32 TV pack pages absolutely free. Only with your Sunday Mirror this Sunday.
Fraud Squad. Tonight's episode, Terror in the Night.
What's up, Al?
I'm on the case, Chief. They were supposed to be selling ordinary cider, but we found this.
Okay, let's say it's Red Rock. It's less gassy and not like any other cider.
It's Red Rock, it's less gassy and not like any other cider.
Now, who's behind it?
Well, I found the bartender's palm prints all over the place.
Very pretty, Al. Where is he?
Over there. The chicks are all over him.
Good job, Al.
Piece of cake.
No, thank you. I've just eaten.
Red Rock cider. It's not red, and there's no rocks in it.
A British businessman is kidnapped by fanatics.
Tell me what you want.
Nobody. I may just be the best hope he's got.
Red Fox, Sunday at 7:55 on Granada.
Is there anybody who hasn't given me their health card, insurance card number yet? There's a delivery man to see you, Dr. McGrath. He's over there.
Mr. Frank to housekeeping. Mr. Frank to housekeeping.
I'm Dr. McGrath.
Yeah, package. Need your John Hancock.
I didn't order anything. Damn, not again.
Could you sign this, please? I got other deliveries.
No return address.
Nice wrapping.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a great looking watch.
Yeah.
Mrs. Kelly's been stable for 2 hours. You can take her back to her room now.
Cliff, I'd like to talk to you about Matthew Silva.
Oh, sure. Mr. Silva's x-rays this morning were not at all encouraging. The stone has moved out of the ureteropelvic junction, but it looks like it's stuck in the ureter. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to operate.
He won't agree to it.
You won't have a choice.
Cliff, you haven't been in Hawaii for very long. Believe me, it's an entirely different culture. People like Matthew
Can you get to the point, Daniel? I'm due in surgery.
The point is that people like Matthew are often unfamiliar and uncomfortable with Western medicine. Now, when you talked to him last night about his case, you really scared him. I know you didn't mean to, but...
I can't afford to handhold my patients, Daniel. I believe in being honest. I believe in giving them the facts.
It's not about honesty. Matthew's never been in a hospital before. He's an island fisherman. His experience of life is entirely different from yours, and you've got to acknowledge that. He expects to be cared for. You can't just treat him like a faulty crankshaft. That's what I try to get my residents to understand.
Doctor, I frequently make judgments in critical situations. I do not have the time to coddle a patient along. For me, the best approach is to keep clear of any emotional involvement with the patient. It's a much more efficient way of handling things. And that, Doctor, is what I try to teach my residents.
Well, so far, all it's accomplished is to scare the wits out of him.
If you don't think I'm qualified, I'll be happy to withdraw from the case.
It's not about that. Of course you're qualified.
Then can we save this debate for later? Right now, I have to scrub. I have a surgery waiting.
Listen, Tutu, Matthew's really upset. I talked with him this morning.
Leah's worried about him. He says he wants to go home, Daniel.
Yeah, I know, but he can't. And I don't know how to persuade him to stay.
What if I came to the hospital tonight and do a healing ceremony for him?
A healing ceremony? Yeah. Yeah, good idea. It might calm him down.
I'm beginning to think you're right. It's getting creepy. And I have no idea who in the hell it can be, but I think it's somebody in the hospital.
Why?
Because I'm here all the time, and I complain to everybody about how my watch wasn't working.
Like who, for instance?
I don't remember. But you know how it is. I mean, you say one thing to one person, and 5 minutes later, half the free world knows about it. Even Cliff Post knows about it, and he just got here.
Post?
Yeah, I ran into him last night on my way home. He was waiting for a ride, so we talked for a while. Come on.
What?
His ride turned out to be a gorgeous blonde in a 450 SL. Well, what do you want with me?
Well, maybe he has a linen closet all picked out for you.
Give me a break.
Look, when did all this stuff first arrive?
Early last week.
Okay. When did Post first start working?
It couldn't be him, could it?
Hope you feel better, Grandpa.
E kumana, ulimai nana. Eya kau pula pula.
What's John saying? It is a healing prayer. The drum will put Makayo into a light trance. It will help him focus on the prayer. John asked Makayo who sent him this sickness. If somebody was angry with him.
Diseases are caused by viruses or bacteria, Nana, not people. Hasn't anyone heard? This isn't the 14th century.
Yes, of course, but bad wishes have power, just like good ones.
Now what?
John is asking your grandfather to put all of his negative thoughts and feelings, this energy, into the bowl. Then he will be cleansed of them.
Hi, baby.
Eli eli kapu, eli eli noa.
Now, John is speaking to Makayo's Uhani, his conscious spirit. The Uhani must listen to the two parts of the spirit. There must be lokahi, a harmony to be well.
going on in here? What did you give my patient to drink?
A tea of herbs and roots.
Are you licensed to practice medicine?
No. This was a healing ceremony.
Security Dr. Post, West Pavilion, room 703. Call the police. Some quack's messing around with my patient. Get someone up here now.
On their way, sir.
Hello? Hello? Who is this?
You shouldn't leave your bike outside without a lock, Caitlin. Anybody could steal it.
I met Cliff Post the other day. Oh boy, he's something else. So, what's it like working with him?
Don't get me started. When's your car gonna be ready?
Oh, don't get me started. You know, Daniel, if I can do a triple bypass in 5 hours, why does it take my mechanic a week to figure out what's wrong with the transmission, huh?
Do you need a ride in the morning?
Yeah. Oh, no. No, I get it.
Dr. Kalani.
Thanks.
Kalani? Yeah, James. What? What happened? Who? Mason Amura. Okay, I'll be right there.
What's going on?
James and somebody named Mason Amura just bailed Tutu out of jail.
Jail?
Post had him arrested.
There's one thing I'm worried about. You think I can only do this? You gotta do it. I don't know if I can do it.
Tutu.
Good to see you.
Hey, bro. James.
Daniel, I'm sorry I caused all this trouble for you at the hospital.
Don't worry about that. I'll take care of it. How's Matthew?
Oh, he was resting. The healing ceremony went well.
Good. Good.
Daniel, this is the guy I was telling you about. Mason, this is Daniel.
Pleased to meet you.
My brother.
Now, your father and I have been talking, and apparently he doesn't want to dag or dank.
Dag or dank?
Well, cutting through all the legal bull, it means that he doesn't want to cop a plea. You see, if your father pleads guilty or no contest to the charges and promises to stop practicing medicine, the court puts off his trial for another 5 years. In the meantime, he's on probation, and the court gets to keep all the confiscated evidence.
What evidence?
That's pretty much what the cops found. The drum, the stone bowl, the gourd bottle.
What happens when the probation period's over?
Provided that Mr. Kualani stays out of trouble, the court forgets about the charges, gives him back his stuff, expunges the record. Case closed, easiest way to go.
And that's your recommendation?
No, that is not my recommendation. We've got some basic First Amendment issues at stake here. And as far as I'm concerned, we go to trial, we make the stand, and we fight the fight.
Mason, bottom line, what's the penalty for losing? Worst case?
6 months in prison, $500 fine. The arraignment's tomorrow morning. What do you want to do?
Go to trial.
Caitlin, I thought you were off tonight.
Couldn't sleep.
Oh.
Tony, he knows where I live. He has my phone number. I think he was even outside my apartment tonight.
Well, what happened?
He called me up on the phone. disguised his voice kind of low and gruff.
Well, what did he say?
It was about my needing a bike lock. So I went out on the porch and
And there was a bike lock.
Oh, you think this is funny? It's not funny, Tony. My father was a cop. I know what kind of lunatics are out there and what they do.
I'm sorry.
I'm scared.
The state of Hawaii versus Harry Finn.
Your Honor, that case has been plea bargained out. We asked that it be taken off calendar.
All right. The next case is the state of Hawaii versus John Kulani. Mr. Kulani, you are charged with violations under the HRS Chapter Section 453-1 and 453-13, practicing medicine without a license. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
I'm not guilty, Your Honor.
You're entitled to go to trial 6 months from today. Do you wish to waive your right to a speedy trial?
No, Your Honor, we do not wish to waive time. In fact, what we'd like to do is proceed as soon as possible to a trial without jury.
Does the state have any objections?
No, Your Honor, the state is ready.
Since the previous matter has been dispensed with, I will hear this matter in its place tomorrow, provided the defense is ready to proceed.
We're ready, Your Honor.
Then this court will convene tomorrow morning at 9:30.
Mason.
Hello, Walter.
Well, you're some kind of hot dog, aren't you? I eat hot dogs for breakfast.
That's a bad habit. Could give you a serious case of indigestion.
Not a chance, pal. I got a cast iron stomach. And I have Dr. Kulani as an expert witness.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, yes, I do.
What the hell's that?
A subpoena.
This paper, what does it mean? It means that Daniel's been called as a witness for the prosecution, and he's going to have to testify against you in court.
Dr. Judd, you should have told me before I accepted this referral that Dr. Kulani's father was some kind of witch doctor, and that Dr. Kulani used him on his cases.
That is uncalled for, Dr. Post.
What a stupid statement, Cliff. You're bringing charges against my father without even a flicker of understanding of what he was doing.
Dr. Judd, did you realize that Dr. Kulani has a missionary calling? Oh, yes, he converts bright young residents into non-functioning emotional cripples who despair at the sight of one of their patients in distress.
I come from a long line of missionaries, Dr. Post. I'm rather partial to them.
It's getting easier to understand why Matthew didn't want you around.
My patients pay me to cure them. I am not paid to handle their emotional baggage, nor am I expected to.
Come in.
Dr. Kulani, I just thought you might like to know. Mr. Silva just passed his kidney stone.
Hey.
Thank you, Dr. Metzger. Well, in view of that, Dr. Post, will you now drop the charges against Dr. Kulani's father?
I will not. The patient's recovery is immaterial here. Dr. Kulani's father practiced medicine in this hospital without a license. Maybe he didn't kill anybody. The next patient might not be so lucky.
The Marketplace Bolton. 20 big stores, 70 market stalls, ample parking. A more elegant way of shopping this Christmas.
Compare your speakers to the ones on the new Philips Nicam Stereo TV. Combine it with the Nicam video recorder. Now compare the monthly rental at Martin Dawes. It'll give you a clear idea of what you're missing.
Martin Dawes, we challenge you to rent or buy for less.
My hair always has to look healthy and shiny. I like convenience, but what's really important is deep conditioning. to give my hair that extra shine.
Now, Cream Silk have developed a new specialist 2-in-1 shampoo with more emphasis on conditioning. Made with Panthenol Pro Vitamin B5, it penetrates the hair, working from inside to give lasting protection and shine outside.
So my hair's not just clean, it looks healthy and shiny too. Good afternoon. This is the news.
New Cream Silk 2-in-1 gives you the strength to shine.
Hello, boy. Hey. Psh, 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 psh.
Soft and strong and long. Andrex.
When over 2,000 of Britain's top fashion stores and departments get together tomorrow, you can be sure of a Christmas bonanza. Because Burton, Principals, Topshop and Top Man, Dorothy Perkins, Evans and Champion Sport have taken 20% off absolutely everything. Smashing.
We may not get snow. We can't even be sure of golden angels. But Christmas isn't Christmas without a turkey.
Merry Christmas.
Black Forest Gatto, my ladies, $2.99. Christmas pudding, my lad. It is rather rich. Mince pie, sir. Only 67p for 6. Oh, yes, it is.
The You've Been Framed team is busy putting together a size-splitting extravaganza. Don't miss this all-new collection of hilarious home videos. You've Been Framed, Sunday on Granada.
Then you never even told me you could set like that.
Emma, Joe.
Good
Oh, hi,
morning,
Dr. Judd. Would you mind taking a look at these charts for me?
Sure.
They're patients of Dr. Kulani, but he's gone for today.
Is there a problem?
Well, Dr. McGrath wrote medication orders for Mr. Harper and Mr. Luna. Now, is there any reason for Mr. Harper to receive an ACE inhibitor?
No. Harper has a herniated disc. Let's see, Luna. Well, she was right in prescribing for Mr. Luna. He's being treated for hypertension. Where is Dr. McGrath?
Well, she may be in the on-call room.
Thank you, Emma. Good work. Caitlin, you wrote out the same medication for Mr. Harper and Mr. Luna. Since when is an ACE inhibitor the prescribed treatment for a herniated disc? Caitlin. What is it? What's the matter?
At first, I felt flattered, and it seemed pretty innocent, chocolates and flowers. I mean, what woman doesn't dream about having a secret admirer? But then all this other stuff started happening. I feel scared.
And you've called the police?
Well, yeah, I went down to the station, and I told them all about it, and they seemed to listen, and then they just joked about it. You know what they said?
Let me guess. Next time, ask for a diamond bracelet.
Close. They said it's not a crime to give someone a present.
But being a peeping Tom is.
Well, that's what I said. But they said they'd have to catch him in the act, and maybe if I was a celebrity or something, maybe they would come and stake out my house. But they can't afford to waste the manpower. And unless I was getting death threats instead of teapots, to forget about it.
So, you'll have to catch him yourself. And if it's someone with the hospital, you can bet I will take care of it.
Wait a second. I just got an idea. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. I know what I'm going to do. Thanks.
Wait a second. I want you to be careful.
I will.
I had just left the operating theater where I had been for a number of hours. I was crossing the hallway, and I heard drumming and chanting noises coming from Mr. Silva's room, and I went in to investigate.
Dr. Post, would you please describe exactly what you saw when you went into your patient's room?
I saw the defendant standing over my patient, pouring medicine into him.
Objection?
Objection?
I mean, it seems to me that witness is now stating something that's completely beyond his personal knowledge. For all Dr. Post knew, Mr. Kulani could have been giving the patient a drink of water.
Sustained.
But you did see Mr. Kulani give your patient something to drink?
Yes.
Did you ask Mr. Kulani what he was doing in Mr. Silva's room?
He said he was performing a healing ceremony.
Did you ask Mr. Kulani what he had given Mr. Silva to drink?
He said it was a tea brewed from roots and herbs.
And did you ask Mr. Kulani if he was a licensed physician?
I did. He said he was not.
Thank you, Dr. Post. No further questions. Your witness, Mr. Amura.
Dr. Post, did Mr. Kulani ever say that what he gave Mr. Silva was medicine?
He didn't use the word medicine, but it was
Please.
obvious.
Dr. Post, just answer the question. Now, did Mr. Kulani ever use the word medicine?
No.
No further questions at this time.
The witness is excused for now. You may step down, Dr. Post. Call the next witness.
The state calls Dr. Daniel Kulani.
Emma!
Oh, hi, Dr. McGrath.
Thanks for catching my mistake yesterday.
It's okay. Oh, this was in the nurse's station when I came in this morning. The tag has your name on it.
And do you know the defendant, John Kulani?
Yes, he's my father. My Hanai father. I was adopted.
In view of the personal relationship between the witness and the defendant, I'd like to state that Dr. Kulani is here under subpoena and should be considered a hostile witness. Now, Dr. Kulani, when did you first contact Dr. Post?
3 days ago.
And did you find Dr. Post an able physician?
Yes.
Well, if you were medically satisfied with Dr. Post, then why did you give your father permission to treat your patient?
My father didn't treat the patient. At Mr. Silva's request, he performed a healing ceremony. He told me he was going to do it, and I thought it was a good idea. Mr. Silva had been very upset, and I thought it would calm his fears.
Dr. Kulani, what medical school did your father attend?
He never went to medical school, but he knows a great deal about traditional Hawaiian healing.
Now, we know from previous testimony that these ceremonies involve the use of chanting and drums. What else?
The patient's spiritual guides are invoked through a light hypnotic trance.
An hypnotic trance?
Yes.
But he doesn't practice medicine.
No, not in the way you think of it.
Really? Let me read to you how the state defines the practice of medicine, specifically the statute that your father is charged with violating. Medicine includes the use of drugs, medicine, water, electricity.